This is Grant, a fun-loving 5-year-old. But just over a year ago, Grant was diagnosed at risk with high-functioning autism.
He started having a hard time at school being around other kids. He started to get aggressive, and we just didn't understand why. So that was kind of the first behavior we noticed.
Grant was already enrolled in a private preschool, but at the suggestion of a family friend who worked with autistic children, Kim and her husband Nick decided to have Grant evaluated by 2 outside psychologists.
His consensus was at risk.
The insurance-approved therapy and included applied behavioral analysis, which incorporates therapy disguised through daily activities done at home with a therapist.
He was starting to have a rough time again with his aggression, so I brought up, let's get his behavioral therapist in here to work with him and see what's causing these behaviors to happen.
The school agreed to be observed, but that day never happened.
The director pulled me in the hallway and said, our owner does not feel comfortable having the behavioral therapist in classroom because they think it'll be a distraction to the class. So we think we just need to part ways with Grant.
The school said parents were complaining about Grant's behavior, yet Kim and Nick were never notified of this. And email correspondence between Kim and Grant's teacher showed Kim checking in and Grant's teacher claiming everything was fine.
But I ended up contacting the Arizona Department of Health Services, who licenses the school, and submitting an investigation.
Kim found out that because the school did have the necessary paperwork regarding Grant's therapy and diagnosis, they were obligated to provide him with an individualized plan. Now, this never happened, and when the surveyors went into the school to investigate Kim's claim, both the director of the school and Grant's teacher said that they never received such paperwork.
Which is not true, because they actually filled out paperwork for me, for our psychologist, so they knew.
The only legal obligation, civil rights obligation on the part of a private school is that they allow access. For example, they can't discriminate. They can't take one look at your child and say, oh, that child has autism. We absolutely refuse to admit them just based on the fact that they have a disability.
And what about the individualized plan the preschool never filled out?
They might say that, we accept any children according to our ability to care for that child. The center does have the right to disenroll a child based on they have to ensure the health and safety of the other 40 children that go there.
Now, one thing the surveyor from the Department of Health and the attorney both agreed on was the school could have been a little bit more compassionate when handling the situation. For Cronkite News, I'm Amber Kawaji reporting.